I gotta admit, I'm not quite sure what a draw is. Is it supposed to signify a river? Something like a river, maybe. This is the worst parking lot I've ever seen. It's got a groove for every tire the whole way. I'm like walking around through it and I'm like, what's with all these grooves? They're all parking grooves in front of these fine businesses. Alright, talking about this. I'm just gonna say that, well, is that the library? The alarm's going off in the library. I just want to say that some guy revved his car the loudest I've ever heard. I was hoping to catch him coming back around or something. It was loud from the start. Some black car, like a racing style, and he just revved it, and it was the loudest thing I've ever heard. All right, so it stopped and started up again. There might be a fire. They're losing a lot of water. You know, I bet there's some health benefit to breathing in the fermentation gas, the one that makes you just go a little bit. I bet there's some benefit to breathing that in. It's kind of hard to breathe in, and it feels like it does something. Maybe relaxes the heart. All right, I like tossing in frozen fruits in the drinks. That cool, and then I can drink it in more of a chilled state. It's like throwing ice cubes in, and then it'll warm up to ferment eventually. Alright, let's see what we got for History Channel here. Capital, yep, right there. Depot. Frontier Days, they talked about that. I found that curious. Oh, cool. The Air Force Base. Ames Brothers Pyramid. Okay, now we're getting far away. So right about Fort D.A. Russell. Alright. Alright, I might be able to replace the battery one-handed, or put it back in at least. So the way it looks, all you gotta do is just kind of reverse pinch. Alright, it's in. I just don't want it rubbing. It kind of rubs against the wing. Alright, so I was caught by a rainstorm that was really fierce, and I wasn't sure if it was going to stop or what. So I left the windows cracked. Yeah, it's going to be really wet in here. Actually, my seat is perfectly dry. I don't get it. Things actually look kind of dry. I left the windows cracked, and it was like a torrential downpour. I couldn't even come out because it was too much. I don't know. Yeah, the screen is all wet. So that means maybe... No? I don't know. I should beg on the street with a sign that says, if you're gonna lose a $20 bill on the ground, please lose it around here. So now that I have pet net that I can put over my windows temporarily on the sides, I'm finding that these things are worthless. I held on to these for a long time. I found them both on the side of the roads, different spots. I think Idaho's kind of good for them, but you gotta cover a lot of miles. I'm gonna toss these things. These are the last I'll see of these. I don't want to deal with these things anymore. It's kind of a hassle. I got good window covering now. Better, improved window covering over these. Bananas always get attacked savagely by the ferment. Alright, doing some laundry. Got these pants, temporary to wear. And they're gonna fall. They're falling. They're size 40. They're gonna fall. So I'm thinking I'm gonna sew them as I wear them. Just a pinch, so they stay on better, more snug. Kind of a temporary thing. I normally I prefer to sew on the back, but I don't normally wear zipper pants anyway. But I'm gonna sew them just right here where I can reach it, and with the Speedy Stitcher. Alright, so it's nothing too fancy. I'm gonna put 8 stitches in just the top part of this spot. Nothing fancy at all. Started it on cold, I need it hot.
One of those?
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, it's not...
that one I'll have to turn it off.
Okay, unplug it or something?
I have to flip the breaker on it.
So my pet net can protect against mosquitoes, but not meth heads, and that's scary. I make videos with the mindset that nobody is going to practice what I preach. Nobody's going to do what I suggest. Nobody's going to avoid processed sugar extracts. Nobody is going to ferment fruits and enjoy the alcohol out of it. This is purely for entertainment. I'm still a little surprised how Trump can claim that he never drank. It's like, come on, man. Any fruit can ferment. He must have at least bitten into some fermented fruit in his life. Alright, here's the food bank. Needs. Ooh. Next to the liquor store. I got a nice vehicle here. It's not a refrigeration truck, but it does the work, I suppose.
If you're looking for government commodities, it's just your ID.
Okay. Is that... Alright, so it's $8 to get inside here. They got the windows blocked off pretty good. Yeah, you can look in through the back. It looks like... Alright. Maybe set up for a meeting. This city facility no longer accepts waste oil. They got a nice sidewalk and bridge. It looks like it's like a trail, but it's all fenced and gated off for some reason. I don't understand. Oh man. It's got a very swampy smell to it in there. And they said they were accepting oil and stuff. Oil and garbage. See what would be interesting for that drone flyer. This would be interesting to fly around and check out closer. How far where could he be? I see it's maybe like a Spark or something. DJI Spark. I can't see it now. But they can't be too far. At least you want to keep it in the line of sight. Look at that, they closed down the trail. This is crazy. All right, the Massacre Trail, and I just only recorded the Sand Creek. It's called Sand Creek Massacre Trail this way into the Martin Luther King Park. Ooh, man, I'm too drunk. Well, I'm guessing that a massacre might have occurred somewhere on this trail, but the sign was probably ripped down because people like to do that. They like to rip down those slaughter signs pointing to, what was it, something Creek Slaughter? God, I can't remember. So apparently the Capitol is closed for construction. You can't go inside. Alright, so the State Museum has a bike rack. That's kind of nice. I think I'll walk around the outside first. Or maybe not. can always come back. Alright, I like this spot for the drone on top of this parking garage, but I just don't. I think it's a little too windy right now. This is a runaway dog. Tail between the legs. Okay. So 4 cans of 2 tomato, 2 pear, and then some beans. That's it for commodities here. And the pears are no good because they're an extra light syrup. Like, no way. So they colored the fence white. Maybe it's because it's new. Okay, I'm in the Safeway parking lot, and I don't really want to step out to burn the ends of this strap. So I think I'm going to try super gluing the end, and that should stop the fraying. Alright. Just like arguing with somebody, I suppose having dogs bark at you is almost on the same level for controversy. They have a large piece of property around here. So this looks like it's an old RV campground, but everything is removed except for the plots where they could park, I think. Or maybe it's an old trailer court, a little trailer court. And they've cleared everybody out. The grass is well nice and grown. I mean, there's no other explanation for the evidence here and what it probably could have been.